Hey everyone, it's Alex and welcome to this video. We'll be discussing 5 decks that are amongst the absolute best in the early days of the Loki season and the Loki meta. Now, Loki is frustrating some people, I know, because it's becoming increasingly popular, especially with the buff to Snowguard that makes the lists insane. But just note that at the end of this season, Mobius actually completely destroys Loki, so maybe it's just a couple weeks of complete and utter nonsense and anarchy until Loki gets a proper counter. In the meantime, here are some decks that are absolutely destroying statistically in the meta. Now, we got the Loki Location Club, which is a deck that I've made some modifications to. It's a meta-based deck that's using Legion and Snowguard, but I do, by the way, total bonus marks to anybody in the comment section that knows the video game reference of Loki Location Club. But what I will say though is that I think this deck is absolutely fantastic. The comfort level of playing it's huge. It plays itself. It doesn't have any like insane combo you're trying to pull off. It wins if you don't draw Loki. It wins if you do draw Loki. It's just a great list. It just works. It works the entire time, and I like it. I like this one a lot. It had a very straightforward play pattern. The win rate is in like the high 60 percentile range, like 65, 66%. Like it's crazy what this deck's doing right now. It's completely overtuned, but I will say that the win rates are also inflated because like, I don't know about you, but I'm seeing lots of bots on the ladder. So the bots are perhaps inflating the win rates ever so slightly, but Loki Location Club, I think is a solid deck. I love the inclusion of Legion here. And of course, Mirage has been a very consistent player. And as of recording, Triskelion is going to be the featured location, the hot location one might say, and so Collector is going to benefit in all those types of scenarios. Get Collector on 2, Triskelion pops out, and naturally Loki loves Triskelion as well because, well, Loki just changes everything in the hand. Now moving on from there, we have a deck that like is kind of popular right now, but I actually think is one of the lower performing of the decks that we're talking about today. It's low-key Devil Dino, and I get why this deck has appeal and why the line works, because if you don't draw Loki, you've created so much hand generation that you have the Devil Dinosaur into the Mystique play. I like the addition of armor, which I think is being cut from a lot of lists, but I disagree with that. I think Shang-Chi is being added to a lot of lists. I think armor protects your Devil Dinosaur while also allowing you to play the Mystique in that location if you so desire. Enchantress is not nearly as common as you might think, not unless the ongoing cards further in the season come out, like Ravonna and whatnot. But yeah, I think the low-key Devil Dino is in theory good, but I found myself never playing Doctor Doom. I did find myself playing Mystique and Devil Dinosaur. That was pretty good. White Queen was actually doing work for me. I really did like the White Queen here, and naturally Collector Mirage still awesome. So this was a good one. I do like the original one better, the Loki Location Club, but if you are a Devil Dinosaur enjoyer, this one still works. And again, win rate in the mid 60 percentile range. Then we have the Loki Snowkey Bolt. I got really creative with these deck names. I do apologize. And what I will say though is that I liked this one, but this one seemed a little clunky at times because it had one of the best bylines of like, okay, I didn't draw Loki and I want to win and I'm not relying on Devil Dinosaur. I still have the Black Bolt Stature play, but like Black Bolt Stature really only feels good if like you actually play Black Bolt and Stature, right? So if you're trying to make a Loki deck and you're not planning on playing Loki, it feels kind of weird because like this deck felt like, okay, I got Black Bolt, it feels like I should be playing Black Bolt and Stature, but now I just drew Loki on turn 4, what do I do? And you try to weigh your options. Some people like that. Some people like the idea of having multiple options, multiple lines of victory, but the play pattern here is a little more convoluted is what I'm trying to say. The first deck has a very straightforward play pattern, right? This one's a little more convoluted. Yes, you got more options, but sometimes you're like, man, I really wish I didn't just get rid of my Stature, right? So there's that play as well. So Loki Snowkey Bolt, still good, slightly lower percentage win rate, but still in the mid 60s currently in the meta. And then what we're going to talk about here is Moon Loki. Now this one here is one of the highest win rates, gaining popularity very fast, and it's quite simple. Moon Girl absolutely slaps with Loki for a couple reasons. One, if you Moon Girl the hand prior to playing Loki, then you just have a huge hand, and then you replicate your hand, and then you kind of, when you play the Loki, obviously you have a very large hand, everything discounted by 1, and then you can kind of zoo your cards out. Kind of valuable there. Conversely, if you Loki and then you top deck into Moon Girl, you can then copy all those discounted cards. Pretty cool, right? So Moon Girl has like this double-pronged effect in the deck that kind of works really well to make Loki feel worth it. So this deck does perform really well as well, and it's a riser in the meta. Again, mid 60 percentile range win rate. This one's maybe a little more elevated, closer to 66. All these decks I'm showing you are hovering around that range there, which kind of might indicate that Loki might be slightly overtuned, especially with Snowguard. But we're intentionally not talking about Snowguard over and over again. I want to show you guys decks that don't have Snowguard because, well, that's in the Spotlight Cache next week. So a lot of people aren't going to have Snowguard at this moment. Now, Silky Loki is a deck that I actually like as well because it's a good cards based deck that we had discussed prior, and the nerf to Captain Marvel really hit this like Craven Silk archetype, but like honestly this is pulling a mid 60% win rate as well, and you got that Craven Silk action, right? It actually does not run the Kitty Pryde here, which I feel like you could run. I really feel like Kitty Pryde's playable here, of course, with Silk, but I think the play here is that like you play Loki, you have Silk on, now you have so many cheap cards anyway, so that is the play here. If you feel like you want to put who's the bouncy card? It's Kitty Pryde. Why am I forgetting the name of Kitty Pryde? If you want to play Kitty Pryde, it makes sense. Obviously, it works well with Collector, Angela, and others, and obviously you can continuously bounce Silk with that Kitty Pryde. So, but this is what the meta is determining is one of the highest win rate versions of this particular style deck. But if you like Kitty Pryde, I think it works there as well. I got some gameplay highlights from some games of me experimenting with all these decks, and I think you're going to enjoy them. It's pretty wild what Loki is capable of. And if you like to support my content, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We have a ton of fun. And of course, I hope you enjoy this video and the rest of these gameplay highlights. So we have Loki Snowguard. This is a disgusting hand. Not a fan of the Space Throne, naturally. The location they play, it's Kitty Pryde, right? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say. Now we can disable Dream Dimension with Snowguard. I'm just gonna show this guy too can play that game. Now obviously Space Throne has Jeff here. We can also hawk the Space Throne, true, but we're going to be Lokiing everything away now. They're playing, it's a mirror deck here. Everyone's just playing Loki. Damn, I think it's Collector. Do we actually Collector Space Throne right now? He's probably our highest reaching card. Collector, Space Throne. And then we just straight up Loki. We Loki Kitty Pryde next turn. I think this is kind of our best bet. He gets to what, 8 or 9? He can't play Devil Dinosaur on 5. This is kind of risky, but I think it's okay. Like, we have to ramp Collector, and we're going to. So they're getting my Bear or my Hawk as a 5-drop, which is kind of huge, honestly. Coulson, I like Coulson. What we're going to do is we're just going to Kitty Loki here. Shang-Chi doesn't exist. I think Devil Dinosaur is an okay fallback in a lot of these Dino decks. Loki decks. I don't think it's a trap. I found success with my Devil Dinosaur deck. I thought it was like a good kind of second avenue. I think having multiple winning lines is good. But yeah, like I find that with Loki, you're able to drop your hand so fast that like the classic Devil Dinosaur game just doesn't quite make sense. We got 2 Kitty Prydes. Got their Angela. It's Angela, Kitty, Snowguard, lol. And this Collector's huge. I don't want to snap because I want the content. I don't want them to leave. I want to see how this plays out. They also have Big Bolt Angela, which I respect. So they play their Collector, but it's late. Their Kitty's huge, though. Yeah, see, I knew this Collector was going to get huge. Look at this. So we can't even Chavez it. And it even trades as Devil Dinosaur at this point. I think we have to get... He has to attack this location with something. Or does he give it? If he gives here, he should... I think it has to be this here, 3, 2... We add 1, 12, 5. I don't think... If he Shang-Chi's, he wins there anyway. Like, you could make the argument for Mirage here, give up 1 power. We give up the 1 power here, we add it there, but he's a 12, 13, 3, 9. I don't think it makes a difference here. I think we take the extra power. I think we just play Bear. It doesn't really matter. Because I think he's going to contest here. But the question is, can we win here? Kitty Pride Devil Dinosaur. You know what? I'm worried about him playing Kitty Pride Dino, so I'm gonna add Mirage for the extra +1 on Collector. He just gives it. Okay, so he gives Collector, so we're short 1 power here, technically. So if I lose by 1, I'm sad. So he beats me there. Collector ramps. Yeah, he might actually get me. No, we win. Wow. That is an insanely tight game. I like that game a lot. I like that game a lot. That was an insanely tight game. I like that. Loki's definitely good. It's definitely a strong archetype. But there's a ton of mirror matches happening right now. Pulling the Angel is pretty good. I don't think we compete with this Collector. So we pulled our own Loki. The Mirage actually hit pretty hard there. Losing the Angela sucks. Because it was obviously an additional card we wanted, but... that's because they're using our hand there. Could sneak a win with the oh, double Quinjet? I think we double Quinjet into Stature. And then maybe we hit him with a cheeky Shadow King play here. He's not going to expect Shadow King. The problem is we won't be able to play anything else. No. Chavez drops in cost. So we can Chavez Shadow King. I think this is kind of huge. I think we apply pressure on all the locations. And then we can try a really sneaky play on this Collector. They play their own Shadow King and an additional Loki. So we still trade there with Shadow King. We win mid as well. I think it's this. And this. He has to commit 7 power here. That's not... like, that's less than Stature. So he'd have to play Stature +1 here. So I think he does not attack here. I think he ends up attacking mid. Oh, he goes there. Weird. So he makes a losing play there. So he just loses. Wow. That's a strange read. It's a casserole win. 3 lanes. And it's Shadow King from Loki coming to haunt our opponent, who had the advantage earlier in this game. What a gamer. Gets an early Collector out. I envy you, sir. You're a bigger man than I've ever been in my life. Them's the facts. I'm a joke. We got that Zebu. Zebu lets us White Queen Mystique after Devil Dino. Iron Lad's pretty sensual. Do we just roll on the Iron Lad here? We just pump our hand now. We pump our hand now. We add 2. We draw into 7. I don't know if I had faith in the double Quinjet. Bruh. How dare you make such a disgusting play? It's literally offensive. No, I see what you're going for. But now I have initiative. So screw you. So again, they just blew up their Shang-Chi if they would have had it. What the hell's happening here? The game is tripping balls. They pulled my Devil Dinosaur. I pulled Mystique. That is kind of fortunate. It's Nick Fury Iron Lad? It's Iron Lad Nick Fury. We hit Collector. We laugh all the way to the meme store. This wins, right? We always win this? We kind of lose here? I'm not even sure what the hell happened with all the rewinds. Let's just play the game. If he Legions, do we cry? Does Legion clap our cheeks?
I still believe in heroes.
Those are big collectors, man. Oh, we just got Collector?
Big up this time.
Oh my god.
I still
Oh, what a win! What a win! That is one way to win a game of Marvel Snap. That was wild. We're still experimenting with different Loki decks. This one feels very confident to me. This one gives me a high degree of confidence. I can say that. Do we really draw 2 cards here? It's Jubilee. Why Jubilee? Why are you Jubilee gaming, sir? Do we go full meme and Jubilee here? We always outtrade these? We always win these, right? Yeah, we win these. Like an absolute Chad. It was never in question. It was never in question. This is unbelievable. I can't believe what I just did. Oh my god. Can you imagine how they feel right now? Can you just imagine it? And then when I skip this turn and then play a 4 power Infinite, a 4 energy Infinite, oh my god, this is disgusting. But they have this stupid Daredevil on the board. They got this Daredevil. I think we actually play out this turn, skip turn 5. Or I think if we do this, we cover all the bases. Skip turn 5. And we drop some heat. They skip this turn. An interesting choice. He plays his own vision. Oh, yeah, this guy's cheeks are about to get completely clapped. Oh, I feel bad. What's he do to win here? I have initiative. He can move Shang-Chi. He can move Vision Shang-Chi if he reads, makes some like insane, disgusting read. But realistically, like he can't really contest 14 power mid 20 here. This is gross. This is just disgusting. I actually kind of feel bad doing this. Is it more points Collector Snowguard? I don't have enough mana. That's sad. Alright, let's end them. Well, that's overkill, I guess. I want them to win. Hit me with something surprising here. Actually, pretty funny play. The leader actually, like, might have worked. It might have worked.